fired up. So.
When were you told, and how were you told? Who told you and when?
Scott told me and Kyle first, and we were told on, I don't know, earlier this week.
Together? Or you mean separately?
It was together, basically. Yeah.
Well, we always hear everyone say, I prepare every week like I'm going to start. But now that you actually are, has there been any, like in the nitty-gritty of like just the process of being the starting quarterback, anything that's different than a normal week?
A little more attention to detail. Just being able to get the reps. You can watch tape in a different way, and kind of fine-tune things that you're actually doing. So that's been good to get those reps and then watch the film and be able to say I need to do that a little bit better because it's you doing it. So it's easier to kind of correct yourself watching that film.
Anything in the pregame process that's going to be different, or is it going to be same old?
I'm going to stretch a lot, same as I normally do. But no, I don't think anything will be different.
How do you keep the outside distractions from the friends, the family, everything, since you are here? How do you keep all that away and separate?
Yeah, I think my family has been really cool about not being a distraction, but just really being supportive. And but it's this is my job. I come in here and focus and try to win games for the Panthers. And that's when it comes down to it. That's being a professional, is just being able to do your job at the highest level.
Well, how fired up are you, and how tough was it to be patient all year long?
I'm extremely excited just to get to go get that experience, the game experience. Camp and preseason is one thing. It's a grind. It's a lot, and I'm excited to actually play in a real game where you play a full game and you go through different, times. It's just what a game really is. So I'm excited to get out there with these guys and try and get a win.
And the patience part of it.
Yeah, it's that's part of the deal. You got to prepare every week like you're starting, and you may not, but you'd rather be prepared. And Cam said this: you'd rather be prepared and not play than be unprepared and get thrown in there. So that's kind of the mentality I've taken all year.
Hey, Will, with I think maybe a little bit extra quiet space to work with this year than you have in the past as kind of a premier player on the teams you've been on, what have you learned about yourself during that time?
That I know a big thing is being a backup is very different. Just in general, not playing every week. There's a lot more. You're still preparing to play like you're going to play, but you're not taking hits. There's opportunity for you to get better in a lot of areas that maybe you can't necessarily get better in while you're playing. So that's something that I've kind of toyed with and tried to learn is how can I get better without taking these reps. And throughout the course of the season, I just tried to learn how I could continue to make myself better. And I got to kind of try different things because I didn't have to, get ready to play the next week. So it was like Joe's talking about. It's a lot of it's just patience, and but learned a lot about myself.
Well, your preseason was sort of uneven, I guess. You had some good moments and bad. How would you characterize it? That's the last time a lot of us have seen you play in sort of a real game. And what did you learn from it?
Yeah, I learned a lot. That was really, like you said, like my last really experience. And I learned a lot at that time. We had just, obviously with training camp and just everything being so new, it's, there's a lot going on, and you got to try to go out there and perform your best. But you learn a lot from those experiences. And from that, you can kind of, as the season goes on, see what you did in preseason and see how you can do it better in a real game, or how the game plan kind of helps things that you didn't have in the preseason and certain things like that. So I just tried to take the good and bad I did from preseason and translate it to what can I do in a real game.
How being a father and a husband entering the league kind of helped you kind of keep things in perspective while you've waited for this opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, being a father was, it was an amazing, best thing that ever happened to me. In a lot of ways, just made me a better person, really balanced me out in a lot of ways, and probably gave some added motivation. But it's great to go home and have a family and that's there, and it's going to be there no matter what. And supports you so much, and it's who I do it for.
Well, what are the things that you've improved on the most since that rookie mini camp, without, like you said, having the benefits of live game experience and first team reps?
Yeah, I think learning the offense in general, just over time, has been great. And then, what comes with that, just learning how to play the game. How you watch tape and you watch, you don't always have to take a shot on every play. A lot of my West Virginia tape is me throwing the ball downfield almost every play. And that's, not necessarily going to work in the NFL. So just learning a lot, as you go.
You did the scout team.
You were a high school kid getting ready for your first start. Same thing in college, getting ready for your first start. Any recollections from those experiences, and how does the anticipation kind of compare?
I think the anticipation is pretty much the same. I think it's really, it's the same game I've played my whole life, and it's really just excitement. And, all I can do is all I can do. I go out there and give it my best for this organization.
Well,
Greg Olson was saying that we were reminding him that you threw for 800 yards, 10 touchdowns in a playoff game, and he made the comment that if you can do that on Sunday, that we'll have to put a statue up for him. Do a lot of people know that, and what was that experience like?
Yeah, that an incredible experience. I don't know if I could ever do that again. That was an outlier for sure. Just a very high-scoring game, going back and forth, and ended up throwing for a lot of yards. But I don't think I'll hit quite that much this Sunday. But whatever we can do to just win the game is good enough for me.
If you put this all in perspective, I mean, just growing up around here, watching them every Sunday and rooting on Steve Smith and everything, and now you're getting a chance. I mean, has it hit you yet? Is it surreal?
Yeah, a little bit, but that isn't as important to me as it is just taking this job very seriously and trying to give my all to this organization and to my teammates and do what I can to help us win.
What's the
Scott
playbook
said
you
that
think you
being
know?
on the road that they kind of like that idea of you not having the pressure of being here, playing at home. Do you kind of like the idea too of getting your first start away from here? Or does it matter?
I don't think it matters a ton. It's again one of those things that as a quarterback you block out, but I could totally see the validation in that. But to me it's football game. You got to go win, and wherever it is, it's the same preparation, same mindset.
How
Well,
do
you've
you
been
feel
running the
like
scout
these
team all
first
year.
How do you feel like these first 2 days of practice have gone, getting to work with the first team?
It's been great. It's been a while since I've got to really throw to the ones, get the timing down with those guys, and the week feels a lot shorter now to me. But no, it's been good. Just getting those reps and trying to get ready. It's really kind of putting in play everything I've learned this season, and then actually getting to do it and rep it, and just trying to focus on fine tuning things, get ready to go on Sunday.
How much of a challenge?
Thank you guys.